Hey guys, I'm Menno, I'm Partnership Manager.
Hi, my name is Bodine and I'm working as a Revenue Operations Specialist. And today we're playing Battle of the Box. Are you ready?
I am. Are you?
I am ready.
Cool. So the first question,
Yes.
to warm up. I believe that the sales manager should earn more than a RevOps specialist.
I disagree. Of course I disagree. I think that a Revenue Operations Specialist is very new in the market. So I think a lot of businesses are now more and more wanting to get a new Revenue Operations Specialist in, especially in America. So maybe in the Netherlands it's still a bit scarce, but yeah, I think we are much more important than sales managers.
Okay, interesting take. I do for sure agree that RevOps is a very, very essential part of a revenue organization, right? It's paramount to efficient operations.
Yeah.
It should be the air support for any sales manager in an organization.
I'm happy that you agree.
Yes, it's also one of the fastest growing job titles for sure in the Americas, hopefully also soon in Europe. But who should earn more? That's the question, right?
It's about money.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a tough one.
It is a tough one. Let's say maybe equal pay.
The base salary, yes.
Base salary, yes.
Maybe a little bit higher for a sales manager.
But the bonus, maybe.
But the bonus obviously is higher.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
okay. So we can sort of agree on the same page here. That
Let's agree to disagree.
agree to disagree. Okay. Ooh, I would relocate for a job opportunity.
Yes, I would. At this point in time, I would.
Your girlfriend is happy with this?
I have to discuss with her. No, it depends on the job opportunity and the country. But
In your current job?
yeah, I mean, focusing on the German market, I wouldn't mind going to Berlin for half a year or so. Yeah,
Half a year.
half a year, but not permanently.
Okay.
But I think that depends on the country, right?
Yeah. Okay.
If the opportunity was there to live in South Africa, for example, I would
jump
go.
in.
I would not
You
say
would
no.
go. Okay, nice. Yeah, same. I would love to actually work in another country, so I would definitely relocate.
So what if you had to relocate to Limburg, for example?
To Limburg. We were both talking about different countries. Yeah, no. No, I would not do that actually.
Moving outside of the ring?
That's, the ring, yeah. So even, no, I think that would be very difficult for me to do so, to be honest. Yeah, I think especially because, of course, our company is now, or not of course, but in the ring, at the grachten, jumping on my bike for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I want to do that in another country, but in Limburg,
No, not really.
Nah.
Me neither.
No. Marketeers should receive bonuses for revenue contribution.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, even as a sales manager?
Yeah, I think so, because in the end it's a game. Marketing and sales and also customer success play together when looking to revenue generation. And although it's hard to measure revenue, marketing attribution to revenue, I think it should be, as mentioned, played together and compensated for it together.
Yeah.
Incentivizing marketeers to really support sales, but also sales to help out marketing backwards. So yeah, for sure, I think so.
And all the other jobs?
Oh, that's a difficult
What about
question.
me?
That's a difficult question. But what I believe in is that everybody should get a bonus that's tied to the next stage of the funnel. So that also gives sales, for example, the incentive not to throw over rubbish over the wall to delivery, but they're also accounted then for happy customers, for example. And the same goes for marketing. If they are accounted for created revenue, for example, generated revenue, it creates different aligned incentives. So, yeah.
So would it then be an idea that marketing and sales mostly gain from bonuses, and that maybe the other jobs such as revenue operations get a bit higher salary but without a bonus?
Good question, that could be. It also depends what you can measure, right? For example, in RevOps, if you can measure a productivity increase, for example,
difficult to measure.
Then maybe you should be compensated for it. Yeah, that's, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. I also agree. Actually, I think it's what you said. You need to work together for sales and marketing, and I think sales should be able to give insights to marketing the other way around, and you contribute and receive the results together. So I also think that both should get a bonus.
Yeah.
So your bonus would be split it then with marketing. Yeah.
Shit.
I'm willing to sacrifice 20% of my salary to work 4 days. 20%. 20% is a lot. Huh?
I would not do it. Not for the money, but I like to do my work. I like to spend 5 days a week, and I would not be able to do it in 4 days. I think that's also a little bit tricky in my role.
Yeah.
Right, if you're customer facing and you close shop for 3 days a week, you're also putting friction on your own results. So no, at this point in time not. Maybe if I'm 40 or 50 years old.
Then maybe you would like that extra day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But indeed, I wouldn't really mind the money, like the lower salary. But on the other hand, I think if you're working 1 day less, you probably are eager to do a bit more, and that's where you need the money for.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. However, I would love to work 4 days, to be honest.
Yeah.
So if it would be the same money, I would definitely do it.
Nice.
I would.
Who wouldn't?
And it's possible within my job. So
nice.
Yeah, it has two sides.
Yeah.
But the 20% salary is a bit much.
That's a big take.
I don't want my colleagues to know my salary.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Difficult question. I think it depends what department you're operating in. I think in general there should be transparency, right, between different jobs and seniority levels. But the specific salary you get as an individual, I think that is discreet. Should be discreet.
Yeah. So you feel that other people should not know your salary. Employees.
Yeah, but I do think you should have a salary house to understand sort of bandwidths.
Yeah,
between...
bit comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you?
Yeah,
what do you think?
I feel the same. I do think that in a company, people are talking. That's common. So I think it will always happen that maybe your friendly colleagues will know your salary.
Yeah.
But indeed, I do agree that not everyone in a company should know your salary.
Yeah. Okay, nice. We agree on this one. I would choose a higher salary over pension security.
Ooh. Oh. That's difficult. I think at this moment in my career, I would choose the higher salary. However, I think it's very good to keep pension in mind. And maybe in a few years, I would definitely also choose the pension security, because I think that's very important and a lot of people forget it, especially in the skilled world, because often you don't have it within your, not sure how to mention it, in
your earnings.
Yeah. But I do think it's important to think about when you're a bit older. Yeah. Maybe you're already that old that I'm referring to,
but I agree. Like, I would rather have a higher salary and maybe invest part of it myself for the future.
But do you do this?
I do this.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah. So I have some sort of pension, but it's more like a private managed thing. I think it also differs per type of company that you work for, right?
Yeah.
If you work for a large corporation, you probably have a pension.
And a high salary.
And a higher salary. Compared to a startup.
Yeah. Okay. If I can work in a purpose-driven company, such as healthcare and climate technology, I would settle for a lower salary.
Ooh, maybe I'm not the right person to ask this question for. Because you're asking a sales guy, right?
Yeah.
And sales is a little bit about making money for the company and for yourself. So I would
Because I'm working in sales, I would go for a higher salary, because I would also expect that if you work in sales, you need to sort of sell what you stand for.
Yeah.
And in this case, I think if you work for a purpose-driven company, it's very easy to sell the product or service. So I'm disagreeing a bit here from your side, because I would guess that if you work in sales, that actually it might be easier to sell something if it's purpose-driven. For myself, I would actually. Yes, I would like to work for a purpose-driven company, and also I wouldn't mind getting a bit less, please.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
But
That's
yes.
clear. That's clear. So, Bodine, the next question. I would choose a higher salary over ESOP.
That's a difficult question. I don't have a real big opinion about it. I think both has its advantages and disadvantages, because it depends, of course, on the result of and the performance of the company. Making that big impact in the company, making sure that it's performing in order for you to get that money back after a few years. So yeah, I think it's difficult for me to say what I would prefer.
Yeah. Okay.
You?
I would dare to take the risk,
depending
on the position you have in a company. But it shows, let's say, skin in the game from both parties. You investing time working for that company for a longer time commitment. And potential big upside, right? And I think that's one of the advantages of working in an early stage company, to have that opportunity versus a more steady or more stocks versus a higher salary at this point.
Okay. I don't want my colleagues to know my salary.
Ooh. Difficult question. I think it depends what department you're operating in. I think in general there should be transparency, right, between different jobs and seniority levels. But the specific salary you get as an individual, I think that is discreet. It should be discreet. Yeah.
So you feel that other people should not know your salary? Employees.
Yeah, but I do think you should have a salary house to understand sort of bandwidths.
Yeah, a bit comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you?
Yeah, I feel the same. I do think that in a company, people are talking. That's common. So I think it will always happen that maybe your friendly colleagues will know your salary.
Yeah.
But indeed, I do agree that not everyone in a company should know your salary.
Yeah. Okay, nice. We agree on this one. Oof, this is a tough one. I think the gender pay gap is smaller in scale-ups than in corporates.
Okay, difficult. I'm not sure. Of course, I'm not sure, but I would guess that it is smaller actually, because I think that in a scale-up world, everyone is a bit more equal. So I think equality is, in this world, coming forward a bit more. However, I do still feel that maybe men would speak up more easily with regards to salary. So it might still be a big gap, but I would feel that it's less.
Yeah. I would agree. I think startup scale-ups are a little bit more modern, less traditional, a little bit more informal, breaking away, let's say, these barriers, I would say. But I'm not sure. I would need to dive into the data. I'll be interested.
It's a bit open for us
right?
here. Yeah.
So conclusion?
Not sure.
Not sure.
Okay, interesting. I believe that I can do my job and develop myself fully remote.
Fully depends on the type of job that you're doing and what stage of your career you're at. Something I've seen with more senior people that have been in the field for longer, they tend to have a preference to work remote, right? To be with the family, be more at home. They've seen the going on at the office, let's say.
Yeah.
But I do strongly believe that people early in their career benefit a lot from going to the office, right? With social interactions, understanding how business is run, having a chat at the coffee corner. So personally reflecting on my situation, I would not be able to do it fully remote. Obviously because I'm in sales, you need face-to-face interaction with people. I like to be around the office. So maybe hybrid is the option here.
Hybrid.
Hybrid.
Good answer. Yeah, again, I agree here. But with regards to developing, I think indeed that in my domain as a reference specialist, I could develop myself at home as well, because it requires a lot of training and I think a bit more silence, which you don't need that many face-to-face trainings for. Yeah. On the other hand, developing is of course not only learning by skills, or how do you say, domain skills, theory, but also social skills. Exactly. And I think social skills you definitely learn offline. So
and it's fun to be with colleagues,
and it's
right?
fun to be at the office. Yes, definitely.
I would only reply on job descriptions that mention salary expectations.
Ooh, tough one. No, I would also apply without salary mention. Yeah, I think for me it's most important what the function says. So what is needed for the job, and also more description of the company itself and the culture. I think in the first phase, that's for me the most important part, and for me salary comes later in the process.
Oh, okay, then this is maybe the first one where we don't agree.
Ooh.
I think
sales, huh?
We should categorize two things, right? Applying for a job or being headhunted for a job. Yeah. I think being headhunted for a job, for sure I would like to have an understanding of the salary bandwidth, to make sure to understand for myself if I should put any effort in replying to the outreach.
Yeah.
Salary is not the most important thing, but if you know you're aiming for something with a really low salary, then I wouldn't mind spending my time on it.
Yeah.
Applying maybe a little bit different, right? Then you're actively looking for a job, maybe the product or the team or the company or the vision or the market goes first.
Yeah.
But still, in my opinion, it should be stated fairly early on in the process.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Final question.
Final question.
Final question.
Oof. And this is an even more difficult one than the ones before.
Oh.
What advice would you give to founders looking to attract and retain talent in current competitive job market?
Whew. Advice. I would say, well, of course, really focus on employee engagement. I think it's not all about salary, but I think a big part is, because I feel that especially now in the competitive field, a lot of employees are looking for another place where they maybe are able to get a higher salary. And especially in the skill world, I would say that all businesses have great employees. And for me, for example, one of the most important things is culture and the people working at the company. But I think another company also has those people. So still, I feel that as a founder, you should definitely focus a lot on retention by not only focusing on the culture, but also salary. Even though it's not the most important part, but I do feel it's part of it.
Yeah, agree. In my opinion, as a founder or management team, you should have a clear strategy for the company, clear direction, clear goals. But then also translate that to individuals within the organization. So have a clear career path, opportunities sketched out.
Agree.
I think that's one of the, in my opinion, one of the main components for good retention.
Yeah.
Listening to your employees, making sure they're at the right spot, they feel heard, they feel compensated well, relative to others or relative to other companies. And make sure everybody is having fun and learning, right?
Yeah.
Especially people early in their career. I think that's one of the main main things you can leverage to make sure people stay at your company.
And I think career path, what you mentioned, is
sure.
very, very important.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Thank you for watching. This was the Battle of the Box.
If you are, like us, interested to gain the latest insights into the talent ecosystem, keep an eye out for our salary benchmark report, which we'll be releasing soon. Thanks for watching. Over and out.
Over and out, okay.